You alright everyone? How's it going? So today I'd like to tell you a story. My story. The day this video is uploaded is exactly 2 years since I uploaded my first ever YouTube video. I was in a very bad place when I started YouTube. So in the 2 years leading up to starting YouTube, I had to split up with the mother of my kids and go from seeing them all the time to just on Fridays, which just broke my heart, man. Each time I used to drop them home after they'd been at mine for the night, my daughter used to have her arm through the letterbox screaming after me not to go, and it's just, yeah, it wasn't nice. So I managed to get the money together to move into a flat with a guy from work, but I only had 100 quid left and like no furniture, literally nothing, just the building. Because like apart from my like clothes and my guitar and stuff, I left everything else at the house for the kids. So I went up to a local like second-hand furniture shop and I just told the guy straight. I was like, look mate, I've just broke up with the mother of my kids. My life is upside down, I've got 100 quid, can you help me out, can you sort me a bed? So he said he'd do me a deal where it was like 2 sofas, a bed, and some chest of drawers and stuff, and a mattress for 60 quid, and told me to spend the other 40 on food, which was lovely. The first night I stayed in my new flat, I had to use my dressing gown as covers and my jeans as a pillow, because I had like literally nothing. And it stayed that way until my older brother sent me some like duvets, pillows, towels, like all the household stuff that you need. At the time I was working as a team leader in a supermarket and that place made me ill. All the time I was given like impossible tasks with ridiculous timescales to do. I was working like 50 hours a week constantly, and the manager kept putting me into work on a Friday late, a Friday evening, which meant I couldn't have my kids. I said I could work any other time, just 6 PM from Friday till 6 PM Saturday is when I'm busy, and I kept getting put in for that shift, so it was destroying me. I'd spend every like lunch break, cigarette break, everything on my phone on Indeed applying for new jobs. The only thing that made that place bearable is a few of the lads that worked there. So it got to the point after like a good year of just nonsense that I had to leave. I basically got bullied out, to be honest. I tried calling like head office and putting a complaint in, but like nothing came of it. So I managed to leave, and then I got a job in a sausage factory. That's right, a sausage factory. It was as glamorous as you think it is. So I had to work from 5 AM till 7 PM putting stickers on boxes inside of a massive fridge. The job was like trash, it was soul destroying, but obviously doing that many hours, the money was okay. So when I got my first paycheck, I treated myself to a takeaway. It was the first takeaway I'd had in ages because I was trying to save money and I was very excited. Bam! Got food poisoning and I was ill, off work for 2 days, and they fired me. This happened 3 weeks before Christmas. I tried everything I could to get some money together to get the kids presents. Like, I went busking for like 3 days. I made like 67p, if that. I was delivering takeaways, I was doing lifts, I was doing anything I could to make some money. But I was like only just paying rent. My old flatmate, Ben, had to pay my rent so many times. Like, he had to bail me out so many times because I didn't have it. So I ended up owing him like thousands as well. So my bills started racking up and I just found myself just sat in my own head all the time, feeling sorry for myself and just being negative. The only thing that could stop the noise in my head was playing guitar. So I decided to turn my head to something else creative and make YouTube videos, because I figured like it would help me be distracted. And then I started as the Diaries of a Failure, because in my head I was a failure. Everything I tried to do was just bad, and I had no self-worth. So here's some bits from my first ever video. Hello, my name's Tom, I'm 24 and I'm a failure. I'm failing as a father, I failed as a partner, and I'm currently failing as a human being. Now, I'm not making this video for attention or sympathy or to feel sorry for myself. I just want to share the point in life I'm at, how I got here, and hopefully to the point where I'm going to be. Now, my current situation is not ideal. I've got about £30 to my name. I'm in about 10k's worth of debt. That number's only getting bigger. I'm currently sharing a flat with a friend without who I'd already be homeless. I am really grateful for all the support I have around me, my friends, my family. I'm aware people have it a lot worse than I do. There's people with no friends, no family, who are in a bad place and nobody to talk to. I am well aware that I'm not the most hard done by in the world. But in my life right now, I am in a rut. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like there's a way out. I know it will get better, but right now it doesn't feel like it will. I have been lower. I've seriously considered suicide. I've drove to somewhere secluded, and then I've had a phone call and it's my daughter who wants me to go and play, and then I snap out of it. Now I know what people think about. Obviously, you're going to destroy your family's lives, your kids are going to grow up without a dad. It's the coward's way out. But at the time, you do not care. You're fully aware you're going to hurt people and your family's going to be hurt. And the poor person that finds you is going to be traumatized, and your kids are going to be traumatized. But when you're in that situation, you just want the pain to stop. I've just started a new job as a door-to-door salesman, which isn't going very well. On Friday, somebody spat in my face, and somebody told me to go and kill myself. And on the Saturday, I had somebody ask me to wait at the door while he got something for me, and then he came back with a samurai sword. He told me I had 5 seconds to get out of his apartment building, or he would cut my head off. I've got a couple of interviews this week for some other jobs, so I'll be filming a little bit each day, putting it together and putting a video out on the Friday or Saturday. I'll be doing that each week, indefinitely. I need something to focus on and to keep me from having stupid thoughts or having too much time in my own head. I can keep myself busy by talking to myself. But basically the point of these videos is so I can look back in the future and see how far I've come. I was trying as hard as I could to be positive. I need to go home and have a shower. Got an interview later. Hopefully that goes well. I've been trying to improve my mindset recently and not be so negative about everything. I know the channel's called The Diaries of a Failure, but it's not in a negative way. I don't mean I'm a failure as in I give up on life. I mean I have failed so far. I have an idea as to why. So I'm going to try put some new things in place, sort my shit out. I see a lot of these positivity blogs and that sort of stuff about how it's all about mindset. I'm sure a positive mindset can't be a hindrance, so maybe I should give it a go for a while. I was trying as hard as I could to just be as positive as I can. It was only my kids and positive thinking that were keeping me going. I've just come out of my interview. I think it went well. I think I did the best I could have done. They were lovely people as well, so that was easier. I have to wait till Friday to find out the verdict. Wish me luck. All week I waited by the phone and I didn't get the job. I was gutted. Trying to stay positive when you keep getting let down is just one of the hardest things ever. So obviously I was down and I was trying to keep myself busy, so I was watching YouTube, and that's when I discovered Memulous. So I started having like a serious binge watch, and obviously those videos were funny, so they were making me happy. And when I was looking through the comments, I saw two that rhymed and thought I could probably make a song out of this. And then I ended up making the first ever comment song. Memulous, you certified nonce, big fucking strokey nonce. Can you do bedtime stories, please? I fingered the chicken my mom was making me. I joined Twitter just to send Memulous this video. So he saw it and he said it was great and it felt really good. So I started making more comment songs, and then I found Will and E through Memulous. So Will ended up seeing his as well, and then he put it in This Week on the Internet. Your laugh is so weird, stop this shit, it's pure cringe. F*** off, Will, you God, go die in a bin. Think I'm harsh, I'll kill you, you little Lego man. Will and E go home, you waste man.
Right, so that was an extract from a song made entirely from my comment section. It's by a guy called The Diaries of a Failure, and I can't even lie, like, it's pretty good.
SpongeBob, Squarehead, this channel is dead.
Right, never mind.
This was mad. I gained like 1,000 subs over a couple days. Will messaged me saying that it's great and he likes my stuff. And he was just a really sound guy, and that meant so much because I was such like a massive fan of him. And I wasn't ready for the attention that came over like at all. Like I was taking hate comments to heart and stuff, and it was like really getting me down. Because I was so desperate for it to work and for people to like me, it was really cutting me deep. So I kept on making comment songs and even got the True Geordie to see his. Yes! Yes! This is bloody brilliant. Oh, Geordie, never cease to amaze me. Lawrence is feeling it.
He had actually put his own comments in there, which was
not
a bit of a letdown.
This meant so much to me. I was like really lonely at the time and I didn't have like any friends, so listening to his podcast, it was more than just like entertainment. It felt like I was involved in a conversation, and then it sort of felt like I knew him. Like I sort of knew him as a mate, even though I'd never met the bloke. So times when I was sat there lonely, messaging people and no one's messaging me back, I'd put that on and it would give me that feeling of like, kinda like I'm socialising, but I'm just not talking. During this time, I'd also became like really close mates with Callum's Corner, and he was so supportive, telling me how impressed he is by my creativity. And we ended up like talking on the phone for like literally hours. And I just vented about like all of the chaos that was going on around me. And even just having someone there listening was enough, to be honest. But he was so supportive, he was such a nice guy. Then he started thinking of ways where we could make videos together to try and help my channel out and give me a boost. Which that then led to him coming up to Wales for a few days. YouTube had like recently let me start going live, so I was going live and freestyling with the comments as they were coming in, and people were like really enjoying it. So we decided to jump on a stream together and stream off both of our channels. And then after that, things were like on the way up. I'd got a new job and I could pay my half of the rent, but I was barely afloat. I was only just paying my bills. Still didn't have any spare money or anything like that. I was breaking even, if that. Maybe just a bit under still. But everything seemed so much better, and then this happened. Right, well I'm having a f***ing shit. Mum's just been up visiting from Plymouth, and I dropped her off at the bus station at like, I don't know, at 8 o'clock this morning. At 8:05, on the pay and display thing. I dropped her off. The bus station's over there. Over there, there's a police station. I don't know if you can see that. I can't zoom on this mode. There's a police station there. I'm in a pay and display car park. I come back to my car. Whammo. I honestly feel like crying. I'm stuck. I'm 10 miles away from home. I spent my last 75 quid, all of my food money, on the excess, and they can't get out to me until Saturday. So I don't know what the I'm gonna do. I can't get home. I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere. I can't get a lift back, and I just want to cry. Every time things start going good, some bullshit like this happens. I've got a new job. I was supposed to be working 12/8 today. I obviously can't get to work because some has done that. What the fuck? It's like 20 past 8 in the morning. It's too early to be up about being a dickhead. For sake. I try and be a good person. I do what I can, and just this bullshit. For sake. Right, well, I doubt there's going to be a comment jam tonight. I don't know how I'm going to get home. I'll let you guys know later, innit? I was gutted. I full on felt like giving up. And then Callum uploaded a video ranting about it. And it sent a bunch of people over, and between them they started a GoFundMe, and they made me the 100 quid that I needed to pay my insurance to get my car out of there. This was the first time my YouTube channel had helped me in my real life. Without my channel, I still don't know what I would have done. I couldn't lend any more money. I had like maybe 60 quid, but that was my food and petrol. Not even enough to get the car out of there, because I couldn't drive it and I couldn't tow it. So I literally, I don't know what I would have done. There's no way I could make any money to get my car fixed without my car. There's not a lot of jobs out there, right? But if you're willing to do anything, you will find work. And that's what I did. But where I worked from my house was 20 miles away, because it was the only place that there was a job. So without a car, there was no getting there. But luckily, I got the car fixed and I kept my job. Even though I was really happy to be in work, my guitar was the only thing, apart from the kids, that was like really making me happy. So I just started working as hard as I could to be better at it. And if I wasn't better than yesterday, I would give myself a hard time about it. Even to the point where I would take my guitar to work so I could play it on my breaks. So between work, practicing my guitar, and making my like vlogs and YouTube videos, I was pretty busy, so I was pretty happy. The only thing missing really was the kids. And the relationship I had with their mum at the time was just not good. Every time we spoke, we argued. So I just had to keep focusing on things I can actually make a difference on. Like, everything in my life was just so that I sort of had to give myself tunnel vision and just focus on the things I can actually do something about, instead of the impending doom from like everywhere else. I started going to like open mics and doing like my freestyling stuff, and that led to like a couple paid gigs, which like that paid me enough to cover my fuel and get some food. The real moment my whole life changed is when I met my girlfriend Kate. So her brother used to live in a flat below me, and I had a friend round for a jam, and he had his cajon, which is like a box you sit on. It's like really good percussion for acoustic. The only problem was, obviously, is it's proper loud, and I live in the middle floor, and downstairs I knew they had kids, and it was around 6 p.m, so if he was trying to get them to bed, a literal drum upstairs would be causing chaos. So we decided to go out the back and play instead. While we were sat out there, I was singing Sex by the 1975, and Katie stuck her head out the window and said, "You're really good." Then when I looked up and saw her, 100% love at first sight. She asked me if I was going to the open mic, and I really wasn't feeling it, but obviously if she was going, I'm going. So we went, and I got up and ended up freestyling, and I was doing really well, and I could see the way she was looking at me. She was like blown away. But I didn't want to look at her, just in case she got worked into the song somehow. Because honestly, like, once it's proper flowing, I cannot really control what I say. It just comes in and out. I'm just like the middleman at this point. So I got down feeling great because I'd smashed it, and she walked over to me and she asked me to borrow my guitar. I had no idea she played, so I was like, yeah, of course, crack on, take it. And she got up, and when she started singing, oh my god, the world stopped spinning, honestly, like time stopped. Her voice was unreal, and at this point I was 100% in love. So after that, she came around for a jam a couple times, but like she wasn't really looking for anything serious. She just got out of some like pretty relationships and didn't want to fall in love and get hurt again, which is fair enough. I still felt lucky that I just got to spend this time with her, so I was like, whatever, I'm not going to pressure any labels. Making her happy made me happy. I took her on a surprise picnic. That was great. She loved that. We went up the mountain and we were sat there for hours with a blanket just watching the stars. It was like literally like something out of a film. It was magic. And like all of these mixed emotions, like I love her and she doesn't want me, led me to writing some songs, and in my opinion they're still some of the best songs I've ever wrote. Then everything just took a dive and just started going bad. Her family didn't like me, and it was making it difficult to see Kate. They like totally prejudged me, which is annoying, but I said at the time and still now, I understand. She was 20, I'm 24 with 2 kids, and then to top that off, I got stopped seeing my kids for 2 weeks because I gave them chicken nuggets twice in a row, and apparently I wasn't looking after them. Chicken nuggets, twice in a row, Joseph Fritzl. But that just broke me. At that point I gave up. Totally, I was defeated. I filled my backpack, 3 bottles of wine and half a bottle of vodka, and I went to the local quarry to get drunk and off. So on the way up to the quarry, I need to cut through some woods, which is like next to where she used to live. And it just so happened as I was there, she texted me and asked if I wanted to meet up for a cigarette. So we met up next to the woods and we were playing on like this rope swing, and she could tell that there was something wrong with me, but obviously I didn't want to like lay all my shit on her, like just because I'm feeling she doesn't have to as well. But she was just like so sweet and happy, and her smile, it just snapped me out of it. When she went home, I carried on up to the quarry. I got drunk and I got to the edge of this crane thing. It's probably about 50-60 foot up, and I was ready to do it. I'd already filmed a video on my phone saying goodbye and I was ready to do it. And then I just thought of her smile and I wanted to see that again. I didn't want that to be the last time I'd ever saw her smile. She had literally saved my life and she had no idea. During that summer I met Kate, I pretty much stopped uploading completely because I was obsessed with her, to be honest, and any bit of spare time I had was going to her. And eventually I won her over, and on the 2nd of August, in the morning, she told me that she loved me for the first time, and we got together a couple weeks later. From this point on, she was just had total faith and total support in me. And then I started getting involved in like the YouTube community on Twitter, and then I started making songs for other people because she just gave me that drive, making me feel like I can actually do it. Most of the time it was like crazy short notice, but all the people I've made songs for, I was like a fan of before I've worked with them. And the fact that people were seeing these like stupid silly songs and they were enjoying them and laughing at them, it just felt good. So for the most part, everyone was going great. I've got a job, I've got Kate, and I was having the kids every week again. So I was spending so much time at Kate's house, we had the idea that I would move into her house at her mum's, we'd save up for a bit, and then we'd move out and we'd get our own place. So we ran that by her mum, and she said, yeah, that's fine, and then I put my notice in for the flat, and then a couple weeks later, like, things changed and I couldn't move in anymore. I'd already put my notice in, and I was just completely I had to be out by the 23rd of December. I thought I was going to have to spend Christmas Day in my car, living in my car. Luckily, I managed to speak to the estate agent and just lay it on thick, and then they let me stay. The only problem was, my flatmate was still moving, and I can't afford this place on my own. Then Katie said she would move in with me. So this was perfect. I had the love of my life, I had a flat, I had a job, and I had like a spare bedroom so the kids could stay in there instead of my bed when they slept over. So everything was seeming pretty good, and then bam, I lost my job again because I was late. I felt so bad. Kate had just moved in after having full faith in me and her family saying it was a bad idea, and I've lost my job. Let her down and prove them right. The very next day I got a new job at Pizza Hut, but there wasn't enough hours, so I had to get a second job as well. So I ended up working the 2 jobs and I was out the house all of the time. I was literally working like 17 hours across the day over 2 jobs. But I still wanted to be making YouTube videos, so the only free time I had was on my lunch break. So that's when I would be writing songs and writing videos. Sometimes I'd just forget to eat because I'd have an idea that I needed to get out. Even on the hour-and-a-half drive home, I'd put a playlist of beats on and just freestyle about what I'm gonna do when I get home, what my life goals are. If somebody cut me off, I would like slate them but just make it rhyme. Say like I'm driving along and somebody didn't indicate. I hope you stub your toe later. Things on the side called an indicator. And then after all that practice, somebody had seen me at an open mic and offered me to play a little local festival called Toadfest. So obviously I write songs as well, so the plan was to play some songs I wrote and then do freestyling for a bit as well with the live crowd. Now I said yes, but I really didn't want to do it, and Kate talked me into it. I was so nervous, I felt sick, and I just felt like something was going to go wrong, and it did. Towards the end of my first song, my guitar cut out. Luckily I freestyled and like sort of saved it. Here's a clip.
Status on, asking where are all the nice guys, friends trying to make me walk away. They say it's never gonna happen, maybe call it a day. Babe, I think I'm cracking, should we go our separate ways? Cause this feeling's wreaking havoc and I just can't take the pain. It's strange, I feel deranged again. Let's not play games, it's plain, we feel the same. I dream that maybe one day I'll be the one that you love. Until that day I'll just keep being a mum. I'm addicted to you, I can't get enough. I feel so twisted too, got me tangled up. Girl, my guitar just broke, what a ball ache. I'll try and save it, it's not working now. My jack lead is broken, somebody help me out, this is spoken. I'm making it up as I go along, cause my guitar just kicked in and it f***ed the song.
So obviously that got the crowd on side, and that gave me a confidence boost. Every time I had a gig, I wanted to bottle it, and every time Kate talked me into it, and every time it went well. Recently I said to her I was thinking of like quitting YouTube and quitting music to just focus on my job at Tesco, to try and work my way up in like a proper job and just us not be skint all the time. Like I want to take her on dates. She's an absolute angel and I just want to treat her. But when you're on the emergency all the time on electric, you can't. But she didn't let me quit. She just wasn't having it. She told me no, made me do it. I carried on for a while. For a couple of months, I was writing my videos on my breaks. I was working my 2 jobs. I was on it constantly. And then something happened and my kids had to come and live with me full time, which was amazing, but obviously I had to leave my 2 jobs. So now Kate was the only one working and bringing any money in, because like there is no way I can work around the kids. They're not even in school at the same time. It's just impossible. Even with childcare, it costs more than I would have earned anyway, so there's like literally no point. And I'd rather be able to spend time with my kids and work on YouTube and really try to make it work. So money's obviously been tight since the kids have moved in, but I've never been happier. I've got my kids and Kate in the same place. I'm skint, but I'm happy. I'm unbelievably happy, real happy. So obviously when I saw the Discord thing the other night, I was like, I'll grab this opportunity, I'll see if I can make anything out of it. And it went insane. I have literally, the whole time I've been on YouTube, I've never seen growth and support like this. This love pouring in is insane. JJ could have easily not put my clip in, not put my channel in, just took the piss, just said no and hung up straight away. But because he was in a good mood, I guess, and he enjoyed what I did, he has changed mine and my kids and Kate's life forever. And JJ, mate, when I meet you, because it is going to happen, I am meeting you. When I meet you, lad, I am giving you a hug. I don't care if you're not a hugger, it's happening. So now, today, 2 years from making my first video, I've done it. I'm in that better place I wanted to be. And it just feels so good, like you don't understand how good the timing is. I do not have enough money to pay rent this month, and it's going up. I don't have a car because it broke recently, so I have to walk my kids half an hour in the rain to school up big old Welsh hills. My hair is this long because I can't afford a haircut. Like literally, look, even my fucking shoes. This shit is totally held together by super glue. This really is a dream come true, and it still doesn't really feel real, to be honest. Now, what I want you to take away from this is don't give up. Set a goal, believe it, and make it happen. Start being positive and telling yourself you deserve success and you deserve it, and you'll start believing it. That's what I did. I started publicly and confidently saying at the start of December I was going to hit 100k this year. I was going to make it happen. You never know where an opportunity is going to come from, so just keep on grinding it until it turns up and then just grab hold of it. Work hard, keep your head down, and don't listen to anyone that's not trying to help you improve or get better. Take constructive criticism, but if someone's just like, oh, you shit, but don't listen to them. Just, you do you, and people will enjoy it. I'm grabbing this opportunity with both hands, and you should too. Just graft, work hard, keep your head down, do it. It really is possible to catch the dream you're chasing. Now, what you can expect from my channel, every Friday will be a Friday freestyle. Every Sunday, I'll be going live. And there may be the odd bonus video on like a Monday or Tuesday. But as a minimum, you'll get 1 video and 1 live stream a week. So if you enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe. If you don't. But cheers for the view and drop a like on it for me. So what I'd like to do now is thank my first 3 Patreons. Romeo Cruz, C1, and Robbie Campbell. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you guys so much. You are absolute heroes. Make sure you follow all my social medias. Links are in the description. And I will see you on Friday. Thank you very much for watching and listening.